Hello, you guys. How are you guys? Sorry, it took me a second. I had to run and use the bathroom and then get a drink really fast. I always get the nervous pee. It's like I gotta pee a million times before I go live. But anyways, how are you guys? Let me see here. Um, well, I am really excited about today because I have a special guest. And also, I don't expect this to be a huge live. There's a lot of stuff happening on YouTube and a lot with Quentin's case. I really am just at the point where I care so much about that case and I want to follow it and cover the updates and the things happening. However, I don't want to add to the circus. So if I can just do even if it's just a small amount of people, I'm totally happy with that. There is something really interesting though in Summer Wells' case. I posted on my community page. So these people that do satellite imagery were over the house on the day she went missing, and they found a car that left the house with 4 people in it. It went to a location in the woods. This is all here, like you can see the video and see where it comes from. And supposedly TBI went because the car goes to the woods in a specific place. 4 people get out. Few hours later, 3 people get back in. This satellite, these people, they go up to the location and they found a set of human bones. Not Summer. It wasn't Summer. It was like an adult, 22-year-old woman. Well, I thought of Rose, but regardless, I don't know what's going on there, but there's some really interesting stuff. So I hope to talk about that too as well soon. But today I want to talk about Cairo Jordan. He is the little boy. Well, I know you guys probably saw several months ago the suitcase that was found with a little boy in it, and they were trying to find out who he was. Let me come through and say hi to you guys. Hey, Lynn. Hey, Woofy. Hey, Katie. Yes, Lynn. Oh my gosh, yes. You got to go check out Nana's Angels or whatever when we get done. It's on my community page. Um, oh, Katie, I'm sorry. I know it can be depressing, but today at least we're switching gears to something a little different, and this is important. So even if there's not, I think it's important. Oh, thank you, X amount. Better than nervous moves. Hey, pointer lover. I mean, hey, I got to tell y'all the truth. I thought about it as it was coming out of my mouth. I was like, how professional of you to start your show like this, Alex. Wow. Anyways, let me bring up my guest. So today I was looking at stuff on this case and I was actually on the phone with Lynn and I was talking to her about, I'm going to do a video on this, I think. And as soon as I hang up, I have a bunch of messages from Jen, the incognito gypsy, about this case. And so she also is an expert in the spiritual field. So I thought the perfect person to talk to this case with about us. So here, let me bring her up. Hello. Well, she's making tea, by the way, so she might take a second to get to the computer. Incognito gypsy. Oh, yay, Katie, 3 months. Thank you and welcome. Hey, Jane Doe.
Hello.
Katie, I hope you cheer up. Hey.
How are you, Allie?
Oh, I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I don't know if I've ever had such an elaborate welcome. That was really, really nice. Thank you. I don't know if I can live up to those standards, but I really appreciate you saying those nice things about me. I feel the same way about you. I know that you are always determined to get it right before you put it out. And if you do get a hold of something that's nefarious, you always set it straight. And I really appreciate creators that do that.
Oh, well, I appreciate you. I just find you to be a really genuine and good person. And also, I think that, like, as far as you know what you're talking about when it comes to kind of the stuff we're going to talk about today. And so there's many reasons why I love for you to be here. So, yeah, thank you for being here.
Of course.
So
thank
happy.
you so much. Hey, everybody in chat.
I cried watching an interview last night with the gentleman who found the suitcase. Yes. So I'm going to pull up an article to kind of get you guys. It's got videos, it's got little things, and we've got photos. We got a lot of stuff to look at. So let me see. I've got my other Facebook, my old Facebook account, or not my old, my YouTube Facebook account pulled up because I do like a just for YouTube, so I don't accidentally show my DMs and all that crazy stuff people do.
Truth.
And some people do shit on purpose. Hey, Shortcake. Hey, Tess. Can you please howl to Jen for Woofy? I don't know if I can do that.
I've been doing that since I
Okay.
was a child. And what's funny is my daughter's actually she's a Leo. She's a total Simba. But I had her at, 2 years old. She'd say, let's hurry for my daddy. And she'd go, hurry.
Aw, how
So we
cute.
just call wolf pack.
That's adorable. Okay, so I'm gonna read through some of this to you guys. Just like Jen, if you have something you want to say, stop me, okay?
Sure, yeah, you
And
take
then I'll
off.
stop too when I'm okay. So, boy found in suitcase identified, mother wanted for murder, believed he was possessed by a demon. So, Indiana State Police announced the arrest of one woman and a warrant for the mother of a little boy whose body was found in a suitcase in rural Washington County in April. It's a bittersweet day, said Sergeant Carrie Hulls, a Indiana State Police. There were no matches to any missing children reports for police to work off of on the case. There were thousands of tips, but unfortunately none of them panned out. An autopsy did not find any signs of physical trauma. No crime scene evidence technologies were spared, Hull said about the investigation. As a result of physical evidence, ISP detectives were able to identify two suspects and the little boy as well. The child was identified as 5-year-old Cairo Jordan from Georgia. He was never reported to authorities as a missing child, and he would have turned 6 on Monday. We want justice for Monday or Tuesday, maybe Tuesday, the 24th. We want justice for Cairo, Poole said. Authorities with the GBI, Georgia Bureau with the Georgia Bureau of Investigations helped find and contact Kyra's biological father after investigators were able to confirm the child was Kyra. So, and I keep going because there's videos and stuff, but I just want to get through this. You guys see the chat for just a moment. 2 felony arrest warrants were issued for Dawn Elaine Coleman, 40, of Louisiana, and 37-year-old Dewani Ludi Anderson of Atlanta. That is his mama. Coleman was arrested Wednesday in San Francisco. Last Wednesday, October 19th. Members of San Francisco Police Department Tactical Units and ISP arrested her on an out-of-state warrant while she was at her home in Oakland. So that is Dawn right there. A felony murder arrest warrant was issued for Anderson. She is currently at large and believed to have been last in the Los Angeles area. Police searched for her in the LA metro area, but so far have had no luck finding her. Now police are asking people across the country to be on the lookout for Anderson, who is known to travel. Help us locate her for that justice can be served for him. And this is her. Whoa, what is that? Where is that playing from? Could you hear that?
I could. It sounds like it's maybe an ad or something. I was muted the whole time, so I'm positive it wasn't me.
Yeah, I thought it was you at first.
Nothing's going to change the fact that Cairo is not with us, but we're very thankful for the information that we do have, and we can step forward. We've wanted from the get-go to be able to say we've identified this child.
Tonight at 6, we have finally learned the identity of the young boy who was found dead inside of a suitcase in Washington County. Police today announcing an arrest and told us who they are still looking for. Thanks for inviting us. I'm Scott Swan.
And I'm Felicia Lawrence, and Marie has the night off. Right now, police are looking for this woman here, 37-year-old Dewan Anderson of Atlanta.
Dude, what video is that? Because all the videos were paused. So I refreshed it.
Close out completely and start over because sometimes once you play one, or if that ad starts, they'll just play like in rapid succession, one after the other.
Yes, I refreshed it. Maybe that will help. But I was going to play this video anyway. So let's see.
Thanks for inviting us in. It is 11 o'clock, and right now there is a manhunt across
That's a
the
different
country
video, so I
for
don't
a
know.
mother accused of killing her son, stuffing the boy's body in a suitcase, and abandoning it in southern Indiana. Police right now are searching tirelessly for Dawn Anderson. This is a look at her on the screen. This is the woman investigators believe killed Cairo Jordan, but now they want to know how and why this happened. So let's bring in Rachel Crash. You've been digging through all the new details released today. What have you learned?
Well, after 6 months of searching, state police have finally offered some answers as to what happened to 5-year-old Cairo Jordan. Like you said, we spent all day combing through this new information. Let's get right to it. State police used fingerprints on trash bags in the suitcase with the child's body.
So they found fingerprints on the trash bags. That's how they did it. I have to pause it for fair use anyway. But it's insane because he was never a missing child. I mean, they had a huge task at hand. Thank God she was in the system with her fingerprints. His mom. You know? Here.
Body inside, linking the crime to the boy's mother, Dawn Anderson, and Don Coleman. And data from their cell phones put them in the same area of southern Indiana just 2 days before Cairo's body was found there. A mushroom hunter in the area just happened across the suitcase.
This man.
And witnessed the horrifying contents inside.
I'm glad I found him and got him out of that situation that he was in and put him in an environment where he can be took care of properly.
Oh, watch this. So pitiful.
I just wish that he was took care of properly before this happened. Before they threw him away. Boy, it still bothers me that somebody would have the audacity to throw somebody else away like that piece.
My God, that is sad. So that makes me also think of Quentin. That's just so sad. Why didn't the bio dad file a missing child report? So I will get to some of the stuff that he's posted, but he was actually in court. They were going against each other for custody court, and she quit going. So it was like, yeah, that's probably why, don't you think, Jen? That he thought they were aware that they were like missing from him, or I don't know.
I don't know enough yet, but I'm sorry.
It's okay. Hey, Unique Trauma. Jen said we don't know enough yet. She muted. All right, I'll just keep playing, and then if you want to have something to say, just holler, and I'll holler. I sound so redneck, but just holler, and I'll stop it. Let's see. Yeah, this man, he's a hero in this case for sure.
Oh, it never fails when I go to do.
I'm sorry, but that tears me up inside.
Be quiet as solicitor comes around. Sorry, I'm back. I
That's
just want
okay.
to answer your question real quick and say that I don't know enough, but just what I've read so far, the dad was trying to get custody in this case, which makes me feel like, well, you know, compared to what we've been dealing with lately, he had interest in his child and did want to see him, and I mean, even wanted to have full custody, to my understanding. So that's great, and so far.
Yes, that's kind of how I had seen it too. So, like you said, it's a lot better than some of the other freaking parents we've seen these days. They're just, I cannot. Sheila, I know, me too. Okay, so here.
Does somebody have that goal to hurt somebody like that?
For that man, and police have also revealed
some
disturbing details about social media posts from both of the women, right?
Yeah, and right now, based on these posts, it looks like both Anderson and Coleman thought that the boy was possessed by demons. Coleman's already under arrest tonight, facing formal charges. Anderson is still on the loose. Last seen in the Los Angeles area, but she also has ties to other cities like San Francisco, San Diego, Las Vegas, and Houston.
her eyes. There's
So
just
there's this large search that continues underway, at least for this for the mom.
Yeah, absolutely. And police still pushing very hard to find answers as to really why this happened.
March 12th, she was
okay. Looking in her eyes, she looks evil, and I can't wait to hear Jen's, because I know kind of sort of what you think about that a little bit. Hey, Scallum. So let me see. I'm going to answer you guys in chat for a second. Hey, Alexis, this case is so freaking heartbreaking. The people who should have protected this baby failed. I know. It's awful. And you know what? There's so many. This is why I wanted to like not just cover the updates in other cases too, because even if not that many people see, it's like there's so many of these kids out there that need voices, you know what I mean? Not just, I mean, that's just kind of the way I see it. And it's like it can be very frustrating when you see only certain cases covered, and people don't stop and think. I don't know. It's just it's a little frustrating. Hey, Marshall. But the priest in Indiana told her to take him to a doctor. Yes. Oh my God, I can't wait to get into that. Jen, if you have anything, I'll just keep playing. Let me know. Ma'am? Sorry, I
Yeah,
had to pause.
so we keep going and then really jump in at some point. But yeah,
Okay.
I hear more. I don't know a lot about this. I know you know this about me, but for folks that don't know, I don't do a lot of kids' cases. I will pop in and support my friends, and I do like to get updates, but I don't stay long periods of time usually because I'm an intuitive empath. Some people would, like younger folks would call that a sensitive, but it is draining. Like, yes, I know how to guard my energy better now. I have all kinds of things to do that, but everyone gets run down at some point. And the kids' cases just really, really get to me. So,
yeah.
I just steer clear for the most part. But this one, especially when I saw that, she's saying that her son's demon possessed, I immediately was like, okay, I have to look at this a little bit deeper.
So you kind of only focus on cases that you're called to, like by your heart, by God, by spiritually or whatever, right?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I could do research for almost anything, but I don't do that anymore because I just really want to reserve my energy and focus on things that really pull me, or I feel like, their spirit guides are talking to my spirit guides and me saying, hey, this person keeps coming up for a reason. So eventually I'll look into it and it never fails. I just like end up deep diving and going, okay, yeah, I see why I was so drawn to this.
That's so cool. I love that. And I do the same thing. I only cover cases that for whatever reason I feel close to. And it just depends. It can be a variety, but it's usually the kids. I know that is so tough for people, and it's so tough for the audience. I know Quentin's case has worn us down. Not just me, not just you, but like I've seen so many chatters that are just like, oh my God, I have to take a break. This is so much, because you look and you have this beautiful, like perfectly healthy, happy, squishy little baby with these big, beautiful eyes. And it's just like, how in the world? Or Harmony, how do you sit there and harm one hair on their head? Why can't you just take a breath, take a second, go in the next room, go outside, anger management, go punch something, get a punching bag? For fuck's sake, like, go out and do drugs and give the baby away. That's better than, anything.
Yeah.
So
And we'll discuss that today if you want to. I have some strong opinions on that. I have strong opinions on why they don't do it differently.
Okay, yes, I would love to. Okay, it is emotionally exhausting, Tess. I totally agree. Okay, let me keep playing this, and then, because this is really interesting. They have it just about down to a T when this probably happened based on these couple things right here. So,
arrested in South Carolina. This is after police say she was driving 92 miles an hour, which is 30 miles above the speed limit there. And she led police on a chase for miles until her car ran out of gas. Now, in the car with her was 5-year-old Cairo and Don Coleman. Then on March 31st, she was arrested in Louisville, accused of stealing from a mall and punching a security officer in the face. She was in jail until April 11th, just 5 days before her son's body was found in southern Indiana.
So it had to happen between that March 12th and most likely it could have happened those few days, which I think they do believe it happened like around the 7th. And she got out, what did they say, the 5th? So they have it kind of down to a certain date. Okay, so according to court documents, police used technology to get fingerprints from the trash bags, and they came back to his mom. She was arrested in South Carolina on March 12th for child endangerment, speeding 25 over. The pursuit lasted 30 minutes until she ran out of gas. She told police Coleman was her sister. They also learned that 2 weeks before his body was found, she was arrested in Louisville for shopping and assault. That incident happened March 31st. That's where Jack Harlow lives. Court documents allege Anderson's Facebook page had pictures of Cairo, and the images matched the autopsy photos of the boy. She allegedly posted about needing to do an exorcism on her son to remove a quote, very powerful demonic force, unquote. She also allegedly made a post about telling her story in a book or podcast about living with a demonic child. Days later, Anderson and Coleman's phones were pinged in Pekin, Indiana, not far from where his body was found. Additionally, surveillance video from a property owner shows her car stop on the road where the suitcase was found. Police said her Facebook page showed her with the same suitcase that his body was found in. So they have a lot of evidence. On the same day the suitcase was discovered, video allegedly shows her car driving across the bridge from Indiana to Louisville. Last Sunday made 6 months since the mushroom hunter found the suitcase. It was not far from a dead-end road. Let's see. That was the original video, which I don't want to watch, but I want to show you guys, and there's a lot of digging you could do into this case, but just for quick kind of information, there's one other video I really want to show you guys. So let me stop here and share that, and then we'll get into the discussion. I don't believe Leilani thought Quentin was demon possessed. I think that she wants to get away from that baby. How could she bruise him in the past? I don't get it, Alex. Annette, so this is another boy, but as far as Leilani goes, I saw a video today from the babysitter. And she said that she never saw any abuse, and that this is what she said. She's kind of walking back some of those abuse claims. She said, I never saw any abuse, and I saw 2 bruises on him, but Quentin was a playful baby. He loved to run and play, and he would fall down and get hurt. He did it at my house all the time. So she's kind of saying, I can't say for certain that that's even what that was. And abuse bruises can oftentimes be different than play and bruises, but then again, kids get hurt all the time in different ways. So I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that.
Very true. You know, when they fall down, if you make a big deal about it and it's not a huge deal, you know, it turns into a big deal. And I just remember, you know, my daughter, again, it's always her, but, you know, she like fell on the sidewalk at my mom's once when she was really little, and her knees just were all scratched up. And I said, girl, it looks like I've been beating you with a stick. Well, she went to her dad's like that weekend, and her grandmother, her paternal grandmother, asked her, Millie, what happened to your legs? And she goes, I don't know. I think my mom hit me with a stick.
Oh my God.
I mean, they laughed. They knew that was not true, but he called me right away and he was like, what are you doing? I hear you're beating our child. And I was like, what? He said, Millie just told us you were beating her legs with a stick. And I just burst out laughing.
Oh my God, that is funny. It looks like I beat you with a stick.
Yeah, I mean, they hold on to those things in those moments.
Yes.
But you think about it, boys are rough and tumble like that. They can just, and some girls, but they can be the type to just go, energy from sun up to sundown, and they are going to have a lot more, you know, marks. But there's some marks that are just obvious.
Oh yeah. Yes. I agree. And I knew you would like have a good opinion. Like I would listen to you on that. You are so educated when it comes to a lot of this stuff. Hey,
Kids stuff,
Peach.
definitely.
Hey, crazy mama. Been here listening while multitasking. Why wasn't mom in jail longer for child endangerment, and how did she get to keep him? Well, it was her first initial. So I believe that was she might still have like a court date. That was just like her initial arrest. Maybe she got out on bond or whatever, because then she went back to jail like a few weeks later for that fight or whatever you want to say. And hey, LFT, good to see you. Okay, so this video here, you guys. Oh, Marshall, how are you? Katie says, I think I need a recharge. Katie, you got to just take some time, like find something that you're interested in watching that's not as dark, like whether it's celebrity stuff, makeup stuff, home improvement, cooking, whatever, even if it's just something like that, or a podcast you can listen to, and just go outside, make sure you put your feet on the ground, take a few deep breaths, breathe in the fresh air, and try to listen to something to take your mind off of all this kind of stuff for a little bit. We all have to. You got to do that
Wow,
when you're.
that's amazing advice. Amazing advice.
Thank you. I I feel better when I put my feet on the ground. You've probably even told me that that's good. Like I swear, I think we talked about this, and you said, yeah, that's a good thing to do. It's you said talked about. It's called grounding. So yeah, thank you. Um, there's a Quentin Ghost video. I know.
Yes,
Get
that is called grounding, or a lot of people call it that. And a lot of people that garden, you'll just see them outside all the time, and they say, "Oh, gardening's good for me. It makes me feel better." It's because they're literally like digging in the earth and touching their soul with which we came, basically.
That's so cool. So yeah, definitely do that if you're not feeling good. Did you see? Because while you're here today, after we get done with this, I would love to show you, if you haven't seen it, the video that they're saying is Quentin's ghost.
I saw the title of something like that, but I did not click on it. So yeah, sure, we can watch that.
Okay, because I watched it. Now I'm skeptical. I get annoyed when you start using these babies. I get annoyed way before that when it comes to using these babies. But
Well, just right off the cuff, is it something that looks specifically like
yes,
Quentin, or is it just something that's moving?
it's like it looks like a kid running, like the ghost of a kid running across the yard.
Okay.
And it really does. And I'm not I'm not really one to just jump on that. I seen a lot of posts. It was from a live stream, but like the channel I saw it from was like a clip channel.
Who made the video? Was it like someone that's popular?
It was the live stream it was either like Bullhorn Betty or Dolly. It was from, and then like one of the viewers saw it in the live stream and screen recorded it.
Okay.
Or a lot of viewers. And yes, so they know that the family, if let's just say, if it was, these protesters are really getting to the family. We know 2 nights ago we had the grandma begging for, let me grieve, and screaming and crying, give me my baby back, and the protesters fighting back, and so there's a lot of tension right there happening. So I'll show you after we get through this one. That way we just get Bullhorn Betty's live stream. The way they're promoting it is sus. Yeah, it is a little odd when you see like the title of it. Don't like the people who posted it, but it's good paranormal footage. Yeah, I agree. Yes, LFT. Wait till you see. Oh, that's okay, Marshall. I love you. I don't mind. That don't have nothing to do with anything, how I feel about you guys. She was on a high. Exactly. There you go. Another case of the system failing. Okay, let's watch this video, you guys. One sec. It's a really good one, and it kind of goes into. Then I have pictures of him that his dad posted, and he's such a beautiful child.
Now to our top stories. New details today about the case of the little boy's body found in a suitcase in rural Washington County, Indiana. Indiana State Police announcing Cairo Amar Jordan was the boy found back in April. In a news conference earlier this morning, ISP detailed how they identified the boy in the suitcase and, more importantly, the main suspects in the case, including his mother. On April 16th of this year, a mushroom hunter came across this suitcase on an isolated road in Washington County, Indiana. When officers responded, they found a young black child inside with no visible cause of death. For months, there were no witnesses or family members who came forward.
In loving memory of a beloved little boy known but to God. Oh my God, you guys, that just hurts my heart so bad. And like, oh, the thought of this little baby, like how do you as a fucking mom, you do this? And it's just like similar to Leilani, you just throw them out like they're nothing, like who cares, your body will just disintegrate however it does. And to me, I would think about every aspect of that and want every single part to be as special as I can make it. And it's like, I just I'm sorry.
Absolutely, Allie, I feel the same way.
Mm.
There are reasons, but again, we'll discuss those later.
Okay. But if you don't feel like you have to hold something back, too. You say whatever you. Okay. Me casa, you su casa.
The boy, and no matches to any missing children. Police took in thousands of tips, but to nothing. Finally, a match with the fingerprints on trash bags found inside the suitcase, leading police to two suspects. Today, that break in the case, ISP identifying two women, one of whom is in custody, the other is still on the run. Tom Lally joins us from Salem this evening. Tom.
Grace, I want to put this boy's death into perspective with what it meant to your community. And I want to show you his grave. It is surrounded by flowers and toys. These were left behind after we learned this boy's name. They were when he was laid to rest just a short while ago here by community. That's partially funded by Salem itself, the town. And it reads, "A beloved little boy to God." And Jeff Meredith, the man who found that boy too long ago, just 6 months ago, said he was fearful that he would go the rest of his life without ever knowing his name. But he said he believed in a promise made by Indiana State Police.
Oh my God! I just wasn't for 2 seconds for berries, but that is so awesome that this little boy, even as much as mom wanted to discard of him as if he was nothing, so many people that his grave covered. That is at least that, but it's awful.
That state trooper told me there's not going to be a moment that we won't be looking and trying to help this little fucker. And he came through that he would find who done this.
At this time, we can also identify the young man found in the suitcase.
Oh, look at him.
He was Cairo Amar Jordan.
Cairo Jordan.
He almost couldn't say it. He's so emotional.
That's so good.
Hey, Allie.
Cairo Jordan.
The boy Jeff.
Yes, ma'am.
You're just a tad robotic.
Is the video okay? I'm robotic? Because I'll play it and refresh myself.
I can hear the video okay. I think it's just when you're talking. It's definitely when you're talking. I'm not sure about the video. Maybe play more of it.
Okay.
Found dead in a suit just off road, where a small white flag marks the spot.
The video is
of course, today's news only bittersweet. The woman facing charges still at large.
Ludi Anderson.
The video is what?
The video is also.
Okay, hold on. I'm just going to move closer to the router. Okay. Holy moly. Wow, you guys, it's a pretty day today. I don't know if I'm robotic, but if I am, then it's a pretty day today in robotics or whatever. Okay. Is that better?
That is much better.
Awesome. Okay. That's fine. I sit over here on the table outside because like I'm using my mom's router and I live next door. So
37, Atlanta, Georgia, who is the mother of the deceased child.
The probable cause affidavit shows Anderson sent Facebook messages claiming her son was a demon who tried to harm her. She wrote to an Indiana pastor saying she believed he was actually 100 years old and she used blood for some kind of exorcism. In reality, he was a defenseless 5-year-old boy who an entire community rallied around. And Indiana State.
Okay, I have to go back a minute and replay that because I need to hear again since I was like in the process of just having sit down. I need to just hear that again because that is horrific, but I want to get the details correct.
Sent Facebook messages claiming her son was a demon trying to harm her. She wrote to an Indiana pastor saying she believed he was actually 100 years old. She used blood for some kind of exorcism. In reality, he was a defenseless 5-year-old boy who an entire community rallied around. And Indiana State Police were able to identify.
It feels like the weight of the world is on my shoulder because I got a team now.
Okay, so let me do one very last thing. I want to pull photos of them while we kind of and let's see. I'll start this one. Oh, I don't know. So when did you hear of this, Jen? What was your initial thoughts?
Well, I first saw, I guess a few months ago, maybe several months ago, when they filmed the Suitcase. I first saw that and haven't really tried to pay too much attention. But there's a couple kids, it's like you just don't forget, the details, especially when you don't have a name or anything like that. So, I just remember scrolling through recently, like the last day or so, and just seeing this Suitcase again. So I started to look, of course, like, okay, who is this kid? What happened? But again, had not decided to deep dive until I saw a couple of articles this morning. And for everybody in chat that is receiving, I'm going to came up for 1 second. Hey, I'm clearing right now. I know the energy's heavy and a lot of this is hard to hear, but just know, inhale, relax. It's hard stuff. It is. It tests my energy too, but I am clearing. So just if you need that, if you're a person that believes in that, just pause where you are and inhale the good that I'm sending out. Send out some heart energy and exhale and just see the negative leave. Like watch it leave your body as you exhale. Okay? Got you guys.
On the full screen. It still is not great, which is annoying the hell out of me right now. But let's see. We need to get you an Astros hat, Jen, said Woofy. And Kelly, I can already tell this one is going to have you cursing out. Oh, yeah, I'm feeling a little annoyed. But you know what? My first thought is mental illness. Is this some kind of mental illness? Because it's just.
For Mom?
Yeah.
So let me ask you a quick question, playing devil's advocate. If she's mentally ill, was she just lucky enough to have like a friend that she could convince into doing this? Or do you think that friend was also mentally ill?
Well, I think that they're both. Uh-oh. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I got some weird feedback for a second. I don't think that they're both mentally ill. That's the thing that makes me think no. Because what are the chances of that? Both of them being mentally ill. But then again, it's like, damn, I don't know. I don't know. You're reaching out to preachers and everything. Maybe you're thoroughly convinced, or, And what do you think?
Well, I don't know yet because I haven't tried to tap into any energy surrounding this case at all. But do you want to hop to what I think about these cases in general? Because it kind of definitely comes into play here. Okay, so what I think and then what I feel intuitively and spiritually usually tells me one of two things about a case. It's either, yes, they're mentally ill, they're either psycho or socio, and it doesn't really matter which, if they're born or made, if they're have that mental illness and also don't have that emotive part of them, then they're doesn't mean they're going to kill, but they very well may. The other thing, and I've studied a lot about this because I've been conflicted at times on if I believe this kind of thing. But I do believe in real demon possession. And I'm actually another case I'm working on right now with you, actually. I believe that, it could be playing a part in that case. So you really have to look at people's lifestyles exactly, what they're doing, what they're saying. I mean, if someone like me were to see her posts and me being spiritual and knowing like she's calling, goddess of the earth, things like that, that would not alarm me. But to see someone saying, I think my son is possessed by a demon, and especially the age, that's really concerning. So I'm just going to go ahead and put out a warning. If you guys know someone that starts talking that way or doing that, get them some help, because it's a serious sign when you think a 5-year-old is demon possessed. Typically, that tells me you're psycho / socio, whichever, and just don't want to have a kid anymore, but the ego's too big to let it go have a normal life. Or you just are freaking rotten to the core evil. And typically in that case, you have led a lifestyle that eventually led to you opening up to things that, allowed maybe a certain spirit in. We have to be really careful with things like that. So I think it could be either or. I don't know, unless I decide to. And I don't work with dark energy. I'll throw that out. But you can't help but feel it in these cases. You can't help but feel it all around.
Yes, I agree. In Quentin's case, especially with where I feel the most darkness, believe it or not, it's horrific what happened. And I think that there's a lot of mental illness, drug use, abuse, all kinds of stuff happening there. But where I feel the most darkness is on YouTube. Because people take you is that what you said? You cut out on the last word.
I have to agree with you.
Oh my God, yes, because people they just, I don't know, they just start. I just don't like what happens. So this is a post from his dad. This is from the channel Cat Chats Coffee and Crime. This Cat Chats Crime and Coffee, excellent channel, really, really sweet lady, and she's actually good friends with Emma from Crime Stories Obsessed. They do live streams together and all kinds of stuff. So she's really good channel. But it says, today my heart was broken into a million pieces. I got a call from an officer telling me that my 5-year-old son Cairo, who ironically turned 6 today, was murdered by his mother, Dewan Anderson, in Indiana, April 14th, 2022. It's October 25th, his birthday, and they are just now notifying me about his death. Me and my family has spent the past 3 years looking for her and him. She took him away at the beginning of our custody battle back in 2017. She threatened to call the police on me for coming to pick him up on an agreed weekend. She never showed up in court, and it's killing me because that weekend is the last time I seen my baby boy. I swear y'all don't know the pain as a father. I feel defeated. This was the only thing I feared on this earth. This sick bitch smothered my son, put his body in a suitcase, and threw him on the side of the road like fucking trash outside of Salem, Indiana. trigger warning, but I don't censor over here. The unidentified little boy who was found in a suitcase is my son, Cairo Jordan. His story has been on CNN and other platforms for the past 6 months. Oh my God, this is awful. And the whole time, it's my child. Oh my fucking God. Boy, when I tell you I'm sick to my stomach, everyone knows how I am about my kids, and I never thought I would have got that call today. This is parents' worst nightmare. Choose your mate wisely, y'all. It's deeper than just baby mama, baby daddy drama. Rest in heaven, Cairo. I love you, son. Oh my God. Whew. Look at that baby.
That's heartbreaking.
Oh my God. Yes, crazy mama. I do remember that. So I want to know what you're thinking, Jen, and what you in general, and then well, see, Julie, there were Julie. Oh my God, you made me think of that Julie Rowe in the Chad Daybell case. But the thing is, there were two people, mom and a friend. So, like Jen said, how can it like? Would you think they were both having a psychotic break? I want you to take the floor, Jen.
Well,
I
that's
know.
a good question. And I'm going to be honest, in my opinion, and I know it's not going to be popular, I feel like two people were complicit in this. Maybe not the actual death, but the covering up, all of this stuff. I'm feeling two different energies. And a lot of times, and maybe it was a psychotic break. But again, that leads us to there's something mental going on behind the scenes. I mean, if you have a
Yeah.
psychotic break, there's usually something behind that, something underlying. Who knows what she'll claim or what she actually has gone through in her life. We don't know. But I just know that a lot of the opportunity that she's had, she hasn't taken that to do what I would feel would be the right thing. I mean, I don't know how you hole up in your house and not go out and beat bushes. And, I've said it before, the police station would make things happen because they would be so sick of me. It
Yes,
would be like,
that's how I would be.
have to make something happen today because she's not going to leave if we don't. But
Yeah, they didn't arrest the friend for
in
nothing,
both,
Lynn. You're right.
yeah, yeah. Well, I do think that in both of these cases, again, I don't know yet if it's mental or if something kind of took over with the drugs, that kind of thing. And we don't know what Cairo's mom, we have no idea what her lifestyle was. We have a little bit of an idea from her posts, but I know there's a lot of things you have to be careful with, even in like the herbal world. You could be totally natural and mixing the wrong things, teas and certain herbal things you would take capsule wise or grind up yourself. I mean, you have to be careful with things like that. You can mix them, you can hallucinate if you mix too much of one thing. And I know a lot of people like me that kind of speak some of the things that she was speaking about as far as just, I don't want to say religious because I'm not, but some of the spiritual things. I don't go around claiming that, this person is definitely demon possessed. I think it's hard to know that. But I do feel like if a parent is calling a 5-year-old demon possessed and literally says that they've taken multiple attempts on their life,
Yes.
I have to wonder if the parent is not the one possessed. How do you, in any state of mind, hurt a baby? But especially if you're walking spiritually close with the right energy and the light side of things, you're not going to take a child out for any reason.
No, if you think they're possessed, you're going to try to get them help. You're not going to do something like that. Hey, Ran, okay, so you've got to see this and tell me what you think. You guys, this is, trigger warning. It is very odd. It's kind of, I I don't know what to think. It's kind of weird that this is kind of going around YouTube. Um, I'm certainly not going to do a video with this in the title since we're here, and Jen is, very spiritually wise. I want to get your opinion on that. And these cases, they kind of, they both have similarities. These moms throw their kids away like garbage, and these precious little humans who Cairo, his dad wanted him. I mean, why would you not? I don't understand that. It's beyond frustrating to hear. Okay, check this out. And this is True Crime with, hold on, True Crime with EP. I'm going to.
Hey, Allie, before you start, I want to say one quick thing. Randy Man said DNA possessed. The mom did say that her son was DNA possessed. So I really would like to know. Obviously, she and the biological father did not have a great relationship. They both wanted custody for whatever their reasons were. But keep that in mind. She said he was DNA possessed.
DNA. Wait. Yeah, because she was using blood for something.
Yeah. So she's trying to put her blood into some kind of ritual to hopefully overcome the blood in his own body. Basically, she's saying, in my mind, what I'm reading is she's saying that his sperm donor, I'm going to say it that way, was a demon that she mated with. And now that demon has overtaken her child possibly, or allowed another demon in. When you're DNA possessed, it has to be in your DNA. It means it comes down from somewhere.
Oh my God. Okay. Wow. I do wonder why the dad never reported him missing. They said they've been looking for a long time. Well, what I think is they were going to court together and she wasn't showing up. So they probably told the court, I can't get hold of her either. She's not showing up. I haven't seen him. And maybe that's why. I don't know. I don't know. That boy's mom needs an exorcism. Lisa, that's what Jen said too. Okay. Now watch this, and trigger warning. But I really can't wait to hear your opinion, and I'll play it if I need to or whatever.
Now you will see Dolly walk past the house, and yes, it is reflecting off of the.
It comes from the right and runs off the road as he's walking towards it. Watch. Look.
Let's watch that again, but slower, because you're going to see how it runs.
Do you see that?
So the person is walking by the figure.
Yeah, and then it's running across the road. See it? That little. It even looks as if you can see legs.
Does it go through that? What is the white line? What are the white lines there?
Tape maybe.
Is that sidewalk or is it? See how it looks like it's at the bottom of that lamppost there?
Hmm.
Which could be across the street. It could
Look
be
here. You can see it even in the. And this is from a live stream. You go to the exact moment of the live stream and see that in it. And then it just runs across to the sidewalk.
Dolly just at the right time.
The purple, you see it best. See where it stops?
Yeah. Can you play it normal
Dolly just at the right place at the right time.
Yep.
Let's watch that again, but slower, because you're going to see how it runs.
I'll do it normal speed one more time too. The purple though is where, like, when you change the filter on it, you can see it really well. Like,
dolly is at the right place at reflecting off of the do not cross tape, and watch.
Does it go straight
Let's
through
watch that
him?
again, but let's.
So there is one
I
point
don't
where it
know.
looks like it's on one side of that, if that's tape, and then the other side, so it might have walked through. I don't know. I'll have to really look at it closer. You
Yes.
know, I just have to check for reflections and things like that. It's weird how it's so solid. You know, usually spirit form are a little more translucent.
Yeah.
But it could just be the filter they use to like make it show a little better.
In that
So-
purple, it does look solid. I've seen a clear vid. We're at V. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Janelle. Yes, we were live about Cairo, Jordan. And then I thought, well, I have this spiritual expert up here, which, by the way, when you have somebody who is like this, who is a very close friend of yours, she can tell when like people are, when there's negative energy coming towards you from other people. So if you're, I can tell, I know, I don't know how to say it, but if it's you, I know. Without the real footage, you cannot say it's real. No, well, the real footage is from her live stream. And I mean, we could go to it to see, but you guys, I mean, Jen, I want you to look at it when Olivia posted a video. Here's Olivia, which she, I don't know, they sometimes kind of act a certain way about sharing any of their stuff. Let's see, in her video, let's see, she calls a paranormal
Great
expert.
ideas can come from anywhere.
I'm going to mute it, but says she calls an alien abductee. Well, how does that person know any? I mean, I should label this spiritual expert, or dealing with the other side expert. Analyzes the video.
I just don't want things coming at me that I have to shut down.
No, I'm not even putting it anywhere that we even did this in the title. I'm just
No, I'm joking. I'm always armed, and I have plenty of things around the house if I need to grab those for any reason. But yeah, I don't deal with anything dark. I do always call in the Holy Spirit, my spirit guides. I pray to God. I don't think there's perfect humans. Oh my gosh, yeah. I like the one where it's just kind of normal.
Like here, let's see. It looks like he goes right through him and past. Like straight through and beyond. And to the sidewalk and kind of fades out. Oh my goodness.
So I can't even tell if it's moving at that speed, but I'm going to, I'll have you send me one of the videos and I'm going to blow it up big on my Mac and look at it.
It looks like I can see a little leg, like the leg bending as it runs, like kicking back once, when it's like right here, or no, right there. Yeah. Like so through there. I don't know. I need to look at it on something bigger too. Ooh, how about let's slow it down.
It looked closer to me at the end of that part.
Playback speed. Let's spit. Half speed. Hold on. I don't know. It's just crazy. This is like something that's going around the true crime community. But then again, also the footage is quite weird. I don't know what to make of it. That's so sad. Anyways.
Yeah, it's strange. And honestly, if it were, I think it's too big of a kid to be a baby Quinn.
Mm.
No, I'm not saying
Angela, here's a good question for you, Jen. I have been off for the last week. I feel powerful negative energy around me lately, and I have no idea why. Any tips on how to bring in more positive?
Absolutely. Well, I can tell you too, the kind of the phase that we're in right now, there's lots of things going on out in the world and in the universe. So definitely like get back to your roots. If you're a person that grounds, we were talking earlier about go outside. It doesn't, I do this in the wintertime, guys, but go outside, put your feet on the earth. You need to connect to the earth. That's where we come from. It's where we go back to. Our bodies anyway, not our souls, but do that kind of thing. Make sure you're grounding, and also just make sure that the people around you aren't energy vampires. This is a stage in the universe, like in the planetary lineup and that kind of thing, where we can be really vulnerable to certain things, especially people from our past coming forward. And that's okay. It's okay to connect, but it doesn't mean like get back in bed with them, no pun intended. It could be
Stay away from those.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, just if it's just to make peace, that's great. Make peace with anyone you can, but it doesn't mean you have to have that relationship. But yeah, just make sure it's not the people around you that are draining you. And I always recommend this time of year too, make sure you're spending a little time to yourself, because it's a time of harvest. This is like the harvest time. So it's also a good time to start setting your intentions for this next phase we're going into. So yeah, just make sure you're positive, make sure that you're surrounding yourself with positive people, positive energy. And those are like the biggest things I would say, but connect with nature in one way or another. Get outside if you can.
Yes, that's awesome. Awesome advice. It always makes me feel better when I do that. You just do. You feel better. You guys, if you're not subscribed to Jen, definitely subscribe. Her channel's in the description box. Now, I got to ask you, this is weird that true crime we're in this discussion, but I've always kind of dabbled in the spiritual world in some of my videos, and I think that it's an important factor to our life, right? So, we hear, it's like JJ and Tylee. We hear this mom who says the child is demon possessed. You say that, you believe that you do very much believe in demon possession. Now, do you think it's possible that whatever is in this video, could that be some kind of like demon or like negative entity, evil entity?
Absolutely. If it's actually a spirit, yes. Spirits can trick you. They'll try to take forms of other things. You have to be careful. And that's why I've said from the beginning on my channel, or if someone invites me to their channel, know what you're calling in. Don't ever get a spirit box or a deck of cards and just be like, all right, anyone got info for me? You're basically saying anything out there, whether you're malevolent, it doesn't matter. Come into my home right now. And once you invite them in, they're in. It's up to you to get them out. So you just have to be really careful of what you're working with. If you know your spirit guides, or if you're just a spiritual person, then make sure that you're praying into any kind of divination work that you're doing.
Yeah, don't just pick up and be like, oh, I want to try that. That looks cool, without learning about it. There's always a certain amount of respect you have to give things like that, especially if you're really expecting to get any kind of answers at all. Shouldn't you give a certain level of respect to that kind of thing? That's how I look at it.
100%. You've seen me now in ceremony, and when I go in ceremony, I always offer certain things. It's just it's a spiritual time, and that's why I call it ceremony, because I'm literally working with spirit and spirit energy. So I just, I want there to be like the most pure, calm energy around me during that time. And that just ensures I'm going to get a good connection. They're going to probably stay longer. It really makes a difference. Your energy, I always tell people too that are healers or that are doing this kind of work, You can't have like a screwed up mind, a screwed up heart, and stuff just going horribly wrong in your life and lead other people. You can't do that.
Yes. Now, was it hard for you to like work, like say when we were at Lyric and Devon's, when I was like right there, like watching you so close?
No, once I connect, I'm usually in, unless it's something really, really distracting, like, a car accident on the road or something. I'm usually fine after that. I will say, like, when we all met up, it was the first time, and like it was a little hectic going there, but we were all excited, and our energies were just more, we were just jittery and excited. Once everything calmed down, things came through a lot more easily.
Yeah, I remember you saying at first, like, just having a weird time kind of connecting to any feeling connected to these kids or anything here, the energy at all, really.
Yeah.
When we were driving through the neighborhood.
Yeah, it took a little bit, but again, once I felt like I was connected with Devon's spirit guides, things started to flow.
Well, I am so thankful that you came up here to talk with me about this, and I hope that I'm going to do some digging and try to uncover some of the posts and different things. And maybe when I find those, you can help me analyze them if you want to, or we can do something on your channel too. And I hope people subscribe because you might do a reading or whatever over there on the case. She does all kinds of stuff. Just go over there and subscribe to see.
I wanted to say also before we stop, when you were talking about, you pulled up the mom's photo. Now, one of the photos where her face looks nicer, like her makeup's done, her hair's kept short. When you first see her, I see her as like that quintessential. You look at her and you see this niceness in her face, like she's just trying to be the most warm, open person. And of course, that could have been before her break, if she had one, or before her psychosis took over, or before she was possessed, if that's what this case is. I'm not saying either because I don't know yet. I really have no clue at this point. I haven't tapped in, so I just don't know. But when I first saw that picture, I could see in her, like, she was trying hard to put forth this persona of, I think it might be the picture you pulled up earlier, but she just,
I can't pull it up easily, and I gotta hop off in a second, but I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah,
she's got her makeup done and her hair slicked down, kind of.
She's smiling and she's really trying to put forth this warmness. She wants to say, like, I'm a good person, I'm a warm person. And again, I don't know what exactly happened, but my goodness, this went horribly wrong somewhere. And again, even if it's possible for a child of that age, to be demon possessed, you certainly don't have to unalive them to make it go away. And, if you're feeling that, get professional help.
Yep, absolutely.
No matter how spiritual.
Try to help the baby, Jesus.
Yeah,
that's what you really believe.
Right. No matter how spiritual I am, I can't tell you, like, I can't give you legal advice because I'm not your attorney. I can't give you medical advice because I'm not a doctor. You know what I mean? It's like we all still have to stay in our lane. And just because mom was spiritual, in my opinion, doesn't mean she had the power or anything else to do with that. And I'll be the first one to say, if someone came to me and was like, I think my kid's possessed, now I'd make sure they got help. But I don't care who comes to me and says, I think this person's possessed. I will get you help, but I'm out. I'm nowhere near it. I'll pray and I'll send every bit of energy. I'm out. I'm not even in the building. I'm probably in another county at least, but I won't do that. And I'm thankful that can, but not me.
I'd probably call you for help with something like that, but no, but okay. Yes, that's what I would call for. And now I don't want to jump off so fast and rush, but I got to leave to go get Bentley from school. But and then I'll catch up with you in Messenger, and I hope that my chat will catch up with you on your channel because, yeah, you regret it. Jen is an incredible person. with a lot to offer. So.
Well, thank you for having me. Thanks for everybody being so gracious. I wasn't able to see the chat a lot, but I appreciate all the good energy. And thank you. And you be safe, Allie, going to get your sweet babies. And I'll talk to you later.
All right. I sure will. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon.
Love you. Love all you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, you guys, I'm going to go. I'm going to try to come back on later. I want to do a live about summer. So Trenton doesn't have football today or anything. So it'll be a little bit easier, and I might be able to do that. So stay tuned and look for that. And yeah, I love you guys, and I hope you have a great day. And I'll see you soon. Bye.